Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone today? Let me just bring this up as usual. Just silence it. Okay. Hope everyone's having a good day. It's bloody boiling out there, innit? It's just needs a proper good thunderstorm. It's not like it was yesterday where we had bright blue skies. Today it's been cloudy, overcast, and really humid. Brian Gardner, hi Andy, how are you? Levi Cap, hello. Dank City, hey Andy. Carl, how are you, buddy? Philip, hello. Dank City, my forehead's sweating. It bloody would be in this, I'm telling you, it's horrible. I'd rather it be pouring down and 5 degrees than it's about 20. When I was in my car this afternoon, it was like, I don't know, 28, 29 degrees, and it was just so muggy. It's horrible. Hate it. EF Productions, Andy the Man, how are you, EF? Are you okay? Vinny the Vegan, how are you, buddy? Ian Matongai, hi Andy, it's Ian, hello. I know the Kenyan Massive is in the house. It's 10 a.m. and it's 95 degrees. Yeah, here's me moaning about 28 degrees, and but it's different heat. It's just muggy and horrible and sweaty, and I can't stand it. Hi Simon Benson, how are you? Martin Abid, hello. Section 20, hey all. Was thundering up here in southern Scotland just before. Well, hopefully that's on its way. It's gone a little bit darker now, so I'm hoping it just pours down and then gets rid of all this cloud and, you know, humidity. Sweating like mad. Kai Farrell, what's happening with Angelino? Nothing at the moment, mate. No confirmation. I think it will be done. Spoke about it yesterday on the live vlog. Sheikh KH, hello Andy, greetings from Kenya. We've got 2 Kenyans in at the moment. Connie Goris, hi Andy, how are you? Rob's on from Man City Fan TV podcast Raw. I'll talk about that very shortly. Berto Lee, hello Andy. Abhishek, how are you, mate? Mike Bancroft, Andy from Perth. Yes, Mike, how's Perth? I bet it's probably a bit cooler in Perth than it is here, now that you're in your winter. Martin, hi Andy, are you following the cricket? No, because England aren't playing, so I'm not really interested in the cricket, if I'm honest, unless England are playing. Kai Farrell, do you think it will be done after the kit launch? Probably. I think maybe Monday we might hear something. Hey Andy, was halfway through the podcast, really good. Great, that's good news, Chris. Conor goes playing poker at the moment. Really? How can you focus on this and play poker? Is it online poker, or are you in a little back room somewhere with a load of dodgy people and pulling out wads of cash? And what, you playing Texas Hold'em or something like that? Mike Bancroft, a cool 18, mate. Yeah, I was going to say I'd rather it be 18 here. It's horrible. That's the problem in this country. We don't tend to, or certainly up north. The south gets it a bit better, but we don't get really bright blue skies all the time. It's just muggy and cloudy and horrible. Kai, most of them will be announced after the kit launch. That's my bet. Yeah, I think there's the event going on late tomorrow night, where they're going to show the kits and things like that. But I think everyone's pretty much seen it. I don't think there'll be any players there, not first team players or anything like that. So I think the club shop is closed at the moment. Reopens again at 8 a.m. on Monday morning. So don't be surprised if everything is sort of really tied in towards something like that. So that's my guess, but could be wrong. It could be another week. Who knows? Simon Benson says, if you had to be a football manager, who would it be? Mancini, Pellegrini? Oh, Pep every single day of the week, mate. Every single day of the week. Dylan Wardlow, yes, Andy, back again. How are you, buddy? Online. Oh, you're playing online, okay. Andrew Robertson, hey Andy, haven't been here in a while. You haven't, mate. How are you? Berto Lee, Common Blues, share and give the video a like. Thank you. Oh, Come On Blues, I think that is. Berto, thank you. Give it a thumbs up, and that'd be great. Section 20, the away kit is okay. Would have preferred red, black AC Milan stripes the proper way. Yeah, I must admit, I'm not keen on the black kit at all. The home kit looks okay. I'd still prefer it just to be, blue and white at the end of the day. Rodri, Angelino, Cancelo and Maguire. I was going to say we have already seen the kits. Not keen on them. What's your opinion? Kai, if you follow the channel, I'm not a kit person. I've not bought them since I was a teenager. So, and I mean a young teenager. I've just never been into kits, tops and things like that. My lads have them and everything else, but I've never been one for wearing them. I grew up in the days when wearing your colours, certainly going away games and things like that, got you into a lot of trouble. So it was casuals and things like that, and it's just the way I've always been. What's that? Benignism, is that? Hello, Andy. A bit late, mate. What do I miss? Nothing. We're just sort of doing hellos and introductions, mate. Yeah. Kenya 3, Tanzania 2. We silenced them. The African Cup of Nations, East Africa Derby. Well done. Now, yeah. Is it Tanzania or is it Tanzania? How do you pronounce that? I asked somebody the other day because Dean's video on DZ Football, and he pronounced it Tanzania. Dylan Wardlow, I'm very well, Andy. Thank you. Hope you're well and not sweating. Yeah, I'm sweating now because I've had to close the doors while I'm doing this. Otherwise, the wind will, well, whatever, a little tiny bit of wind would make the door sort of flick open and close. So, Brian Gardner, it's very black over Old Trafford in the and in the dark. Levi Cat, will City or Puma stream the event? I doubt it. They might do. I've heard nothing about any live streams of the event. So, any Tanzanian here? Is it best asking them? We have had somebody on the channel from Tanzania or Tanzania, however you want to pronounce it. Section 20, yeah, we don't need extra colours, sky blue and white and red and black. Yeah, exactly. I don't see why having whether you want to call it purple, maroon or whatever. I don't get it. I really don't. But anyway, it is what it is. And I'm sure it'll sell like mad, as it always does. Abir Hassan, hi, I'm from Bangladesh. How are you, mate? I'm very well. How are you, Abir? Phillips, Scott Surety, the kits don't look quite the same on the likes of, no, they certainly won't look like that on me. Not those skin tight things. Tanzania, well, or you could say Tanzania. This is my point, so that doesn't help. Benignism, Tanzania, Tanzania. I've always called it Tanzania, but Tanzania, or Tanzania. But Tanzania is what Scott from DZ Football called it, and it was he does stuff in that MENA region and things like that. So I was just thinking, all these years have I been pronouncing it actually incorrectly. Cillian Marks back from a tough win to put us top of the league for minor leagues. Buzzing to see your live. Thank you very much. Where are you from, Cillian? I can see a badge there, but it's a bit small on my laptop. Ocean Rage, hi Andy, my birthday today, getting old. Everybody wish Ocean Rage a big happy birthday. Go on, tell me. Getting old, how old are you? Abir Hassan, I'm doing very well. Love this channel, keep it up. Thank you very much, mate, and you're more than welcome to come on and contribute. Yeah, it's Tanzania, Andy, the country with the fame. I know where Tanzania is, mate. I know where it is. I've been in Africa loads of times. It's just, I'm saying the pronunciation of it. Is it Tanzania or is it Tanzania? Blue Heart, and it's warm one today. The big fella needs to open the fridge door. It is, yeah, it's horrible. It's muggy. Can't stand it. Chrisu22, Suomi, Finland, how are you? Shadows one, hi Andy, did Pep say that he was slow and can be got at? Re Maguire, I don't think we're in for him, really. Happy birthday, says Section 20. Carl, Andy, so the New Jersey rollout is on Sunday. Are all the pics we've seen so far fake? It looks like, certainly, I can't say about the third kit, which is like a very bright orangey yellow or something like that. But it looks like the ones we've seen, apparently, with the purple or maroon on the standard sort of blue with white, but with purple on here and around the badges and things. Looks like that's the real one, and the black one looks like that's really it's on the Sports Direct website for sale. So I'm sure City won't be too pleased about that. But hey, Scott Williams, happy birthday, Ocean. Have a good one. How are you, Scott? Ryan Corey, hey Andy, been away on holiday all week, so I haven't seen a live stream in a while. Enjoy. I hope you had a good time, mate. Yeah, happy birthday, Ocean. So it's like early 30s. More like early 50s, more like. Blue Heart, happy birthday, Ocean. Blow those candles out. It's too hot in a party today. Early 30s, still a puppy, absolutely. Still a big baby. Anyway, hi Andy, Daniel Paul. Do you think that we're going to sign, or do you think San is going to sign a new contract? Yeah, I think he will. Did that on the live vlog yesterday. First, I want to ask everybody if Rob is. I don't know whether Rob's still on. If he is, just say hello, Rob. Rob kindly did the edit last night and sent me through, and I put the what's this, Rob? The kits for 2021 would be amazing because Puma won't sell FA. Hello, Rob. Rob saying hello, Rob. So listen, we put the Man City Fan TV podcast Raw episode 2 out last night, and I've had loads of positive feedback. It's been brilliant. So I want to say a massive thanks to Rob for that, very in-depth and really interesting listen with the likes of Matt and let me get this right, Jay, Matt and Jay. So that was really good. If you haven't seen it, it's over 2 hours, but talking all sorts of stuff about the club, about other clubs, about ticket prices, about the way young fans are perceived by older fans and vice versa and everything else. It was really, really interesting listen. So well done, Rob, on that one. Another brilliant podcast. And if you haven't checked it out yet, I know some people have said on here that they're halfway through. Then go and have a listen to it. Put your headphones in if you're going for a run and just, listen and give us your comments below. What do you think about it? Do you have any comments on it? I know a few people put some comments below the actual podcast on the channel. So it was very interesting. Don't forget to check it out. I hope, is Rodri ours? Yeah, it looks like it. I hope City can keep Pep for at least a decade. Since Pep took over, I'm not stressed. Even if we lose, we play football. Joy to watch. They absolutely are. Can't see us keeping him for a decade, if I'm being honest. Blue Heart, please tell me those kits aren't the actual kits. I think they are, mate. Y West Nation, or E West Nation. Hello, how are you? You're new. Where are you from? Pete, tennis dude. Hi to Andy and all. Hello, how are you, Pete? Abir says, I have a Manchester City fan group on Facebook. Name Man City FC Global Citizens. Members more than welcome. 136k. Everyone is invited to join there. Get Man City Fan TV links on that one if you've got 136k, mate. Don't forget, get pushing Man City Fan TV. I would just put some links up on there. That'd be really appreciated. Ryan Curry, going to do the FPL League again this year. Missed out last year, but I would have came where you finished. Well, I raided it last year, so yeah, I'm sure we'll do. I'll do a Man City Fan TV one, definitely for this one, so everyone can join. No. Yeah, singing. My Maguire controversy at the start. Hey, listen, I'm going to talk about that because what it did, it got me thinking today, last night when I was listening to it. And as you know, I've said I think Maguire's a decent player. I also think, but and I wasn't really concerned about the actual figure. If it's 60 million, 80 million, 90 million, I think it's irrelevant because of it's all amortised. So my worry was when it was touted out that it was going to be 280 grand a week. That was my concern, if that was ever true. But it got me thinking, because you were quite pro Maguire on the podcast and really sort of thinking, if anything, he could just be the one player that we need with Rodri. So I started doing a bit of digging around about Maguire and thinking, is he as good as you think he is? And is he better than I think he is? So I come up with some stats. I came across some articles, and I thought, when I was reading them through, I was thinking, actually, bloody hell, when you look at his stats and compare him to Aymeric Laporte's, he's decent, very decent. So I'm going to talk about that shortly. The third kit looks like a bloody sunset. You'll notice that kit all the way from Tanzania. Tanzania. Chris Baker, I agree with you, Rob, about Maguire. Okay, so there you go. You've got Chris's on your side, Rob. Blue Heart, really, these kits are the fault of the club. They must get to see samples and set the trend. Well, yeah, allegedly, and I was reading some tweets, not yesterday, was it yesterday or day before? A lot of City fans on Twitter were complaining about it, saying, what is it with this club? Why can't we just have blue and white, standard blue and white? Why do they always have to put some crappy buttons on it and do this and do that and do that? And Press Switch Blue replied on it saying that Puma and City had actually approached and done a survey with City fans to come up with that. And I'm thinking, must admit, I don't know many City fans who have turned around and gone, oh yeah, that is brilliant with that purple on the shoulders. Most of them are saying, why can't it just be blue and white? Why can't we have red and black stripes? Why can't we have the sash? Why can't we? Who wants that? Licorice all sorts. Who's actually said, yeah, that is a really nice kit? I don't know. Maybe they have done a survey. I don't know. It'd be interesting for them to actually publish where in Manchester or across the globe, or who are these fans that have led to the recommendation of having purple on the shoulders and a licorice all sorts colours in the kit. I have no idea who they are, because I've seen a few people saying, oh, I like it, or, but a few, I'm talking about a few. Maybe they're the silent majority, who knows. What we got on? Really, these kits, yeah. Gillian Vash. Hi, Andy. What's the title in the podcast broadcast under? I searched. What was that? Hi, Andy. What title is the podcast broadcast under? I searched Fan TV and got nothing. I don't understand. Oh, you're on about the podcast. Sorry, it's Man City Fan TV Podcast Raw. Sorry, I was looking at what you were saying before. Podcast Raw. Yeah, so it's Man City Fan TV Podcast Raw, in capitals. Mosen says, hey Andy and Rob, how are you, Mosen? You okay? Rissi Corleone, did you see Atletico gave Llorente? Yeah, we talked about it on the live vlog last night. Section 20. We'll never be happy with the kits till it's unbroke. Yeah, yeah. It's you know what, there have been some decent kits. There have been even the early sort of night one wasn't too bad, but who designs? I mean, you saw. I mean, I don't know whether you have or you haven't, but I did a video up for the channel about 6 weeks ago, something like that. And I did a short video, and it was all about old kits, looking at some of the old classic ones from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, etc. And some of the really nice kits, the classic ones, the Gillingham game and all that type of thing. And the David Silva, with the black and red sash on the white background. And then I had a couple of guys who were sending me loads of stuff on Twitter saying, here you go, Andy, can you put this in the video? Because I said I was going to do a video. Yeah, here's a link to my concept kits. And I saw some of them and it was like, Jesus, they are absolutely stunning. And I'm not a kit person, but looking at them going, wow, that is class. That is really, really nice. So I did a video and I put a load of them in there. And then you get this and it's like, what are these designers looking at? And these are young kids who are doing it, 18, 19 years of age. And yet they're coming up with bob on, absolutely, what people like. So I don't know. I don't get it. Replace the maroon with sky blue. Simple, really. Yeah. The new kit will come with bad luck. Looks disgusting. We make our own luck, mate. City fan from Kenya. Welcome. So that's what we got. 3 Kenyans on today. Football shirts should have collars too. What? Wait, what? What in City fans did they ask to? Yeah. Was the survey conducted in Liverpool on a wind-up? Well, this is it. I mean, this is what Colin Savage, Press Switch Blue, said, and he's part of the City Matters group, and he said that he'd seen the kits and pretty much saying the night before at a City Matters meeting, and pretty much saying that what we've seen, they are the kits, and he was saying that this was all done via a survey. City fans have been included in this via Puma and City. And I'm just thinking, well, I don't know who these City fans are. Are they in this country? Are they a broad spectrum from across the world? Or I don't know, because the feedback on the kits that we've seen, if they are the kits, has not been great, I'll be honest with you. Red and white. Red and white? Red and white was the best. Red and white? Which red and white kit? When have we had a red and white kit? Which one was that? Yeah, iWest Nation, which part of Kenya? There you go, you're connecting with some of the Kenyan City fans. Leave a cap. I knew the home kit because I like purple. Sorry, loads of comments coming up. Just give me a second to scroll through. I'm with you, blue and white, original colour, Carl. The black is the best one, the blue looks weird. The black one with the St. Mark's badge, is that the one you're talking about? Or are you talking about the black away kit? Nairobi, Gerard Williams, cheats, sewer cheats. Sky blue, all day long, why mess with tradition? Totally agree. Scott, Celia Marks would love the black away kit if it didn't add a third colour being peach or what. Yeah, I don't mind the black. I remember the really dark, the Umbro kit, the dark one with the fine sort of light blue pinstripes on it. I thought that was decent, really nice, and I don't mind a black one. Just not all that pink and yellow and everything all over it. I just don't get it. Who actually looks at that and goes, oh yeah, I tell you what, that black kit looks good, but it could do with a little bit of fluorescent yellow and a fluorescent pink on it and stripes here. And who actually looks at that and goes, yeah. Oh no, now it looks like a licorice also. That looks really, really cool. I really like the new kit, Philip. Afternoon beyond belief, how are you, buddy? Ryan Correa, I've never had a problem with night kits. Love last year's away kit. Wear the mashup kit quite well. I must admit, the blue one was nice. I just didn't like the collar. Didn't like that little button thing. It was like a girl's blouse. And I agree with Rob. Collars, get some collars back on them. Solar Torsus, Andy, what is Pep thinking about not running the strips past City? And listen, I'm no expert of fashion, mate. So it's just that, each to their own. Will we sign Rodri? Yes, we will. Stephen Paul Dempsey, Andy, the purple is in the recognition of when we won. Yeah, I know I know it was mentioned on there, but, really? 51 years ago? Really? What, we having to put something in because we won something in 1968? I mean, come on. I don't know. Mr. T, hi Andy, what's the weather like? Really, really hot and muggy. And no air, no wind, no breeze, no nothing. It's just horrible. Blue Heart, Basaka is a rag, so that means he's now the best defender in the world. Yeah, he's been a rag apparently all his life, allegedly. Daniel Paul, I personally think we should not buy another attacking midfielder because we have Foden. Heard we're interested in Isco. No, mate, we've been interested in Disco for about the last 6 years. It never happens and it won't happen. If we're going for him, then Foden, yeah, we're not ignoring any rumours. It's the standard. I think we've been linked with Disco for about 25 times this season, never mind. Last season, never mind this season. The kits are a joke prices these days. It's a basic shirt like 60 quid on was not for me. Well, I think Sports Direct was 69 pound or something with the name on the back. Paul Sano, what have I missed? Talking kits, currently setting last season's dark blue one. Love it. I like the dark blue one from last year. The red and black was okay for away games. Yeah, I loved the red and black one. But which are the best City away kit of all time, in my opinion? I still love the white one with the black and red sash. That's still my favourite. Home shirt, sky blue with white collar, white socks, maroon socks. Simple. Yeah, maroon. Or have the maroon sort of like drizzling round the sock or something like that. I never got survey. Neither did I, mate. Bendris Aziz, do you think Neymar will return to Barcelona? I'm not interested. Don't particularly like him. Anyway, I think he's well overrated and yeah, bit of a snake. Paul Standall, away, red and black stripes, simple, or maybe the one we had years ago with the red and black blocks. Yes. Blue Heart, we need an iconic design like Barca and Madrid. Then you just tweak it each season. Same with the third away kit, only mess with. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Best kits were the Umbro ones, totally agree. Vusam Bele, where are they going to launch the kit? At the stadium, mate, at the Etihad. It is so hot, says Sharon Hall. It is, we're not used to it. Paul Standall, new away top is based on the Hacienda nightclub in the Manchester scene. Yeah, you just need some glow sticks with it, don't you? Well, hey, it'll look great on Edison. He's got the smiley thing, hasn't he? Tattoo on his neck here, so he'll love it. He'll be mad for it. Steve Black, hi Andy, just joined. Wasn't brother kit red and white stripes? It was. It was. I don't think it was red. It was purple. Purple and white. It wasn't red, but yeah, it was the. You mean the stripes? That stripes, and it was like purple and white. Sponsored by Brother, if I remember rightly. Yeah. Brian Gardner, Andy, do you think City Board would listen enough? Supporters said we want blue and white. Probably not. Probably not, mate. I don't think they really listen to us a great deal anyway. Do the owners really need to charge 90 quid for a shirt? Names and badges on there. Yeah, it's madness. Madness. Hello, another one blue day. Yeah. I don't know about blue. It's a bit overcast here. What's it like in Burnage, Reese? Ryan Corrie, I've had my fan on since I got up. Don't mind it being hot if there's a nice breeze. Yeah, there's just no air. There's just nothing. No breeze, nothing. Foden is the future. He is. I went to my first game in 1967 and it was my first football kit. It's amazing, really. Our biggest complaint about City is the shite kits. How times have changed. It is, it's true. Black and red sash is the best. No competition. That's mine, mate. I like the black and red ones, but I like the sash. I love it. And the images of the likes of Yaya and David Silva wearing them, brilliant. And the old school one I used to love. Silly Marks, didn't Pep not say he wanted his signing done very quickly in the window? Yeah, it's just one of those. They're always complicated. Golden black away kit, yeah, that was decent. I love the 94 away kit, says BB. Black and red stripes, black collar, grey shoulders. Wish Man City had Adidas instead, much slow, much better. I'm sure the kits will get a bit better anyway. And I'm sure eventually, like they all do, they grow on people. Glow sticks optional, PS. I wasn't joking. I bet you weren't. The black and red away kit we had the season Aguero signed is my favourite. One of the kits I got a name on. Oh yeah, I wonder what Edison's kit will look like. Yeah, well, he's got his tattoo on his neck. So if you had to choose between Patrick Vieira and Arteta company takeover, club post Guardiola, which one? Good question. Good question. I think I'd have to hold back and wait and see how company does, because Vieira's done okay. He's not been great, but at least he's got proper managerial experience. It'd be good to see Vinny do well, and Mikel Arteta's an unknown as a manager, isn't he? That brother shirt I still have. We had two purple with the yellow pinstripes. The other was the purple with the white stripes, both in the 90s. Yeah. I heard one club that's gone back to changing the kit every 2 years. Good call. Purple away kit from 89 is decent. Arteta next, then company. Arteta next, then company, okay. Raggy Das. Still got sky blue one with white pinstripe across it. Brother one late wore it with style, he did. We did have a red and royal blue sash as well, both Lee and Summerby. Yes, we did. Yeah, the white one with the red and blue sash. They did, that's spot on. Danny 2ME, evening Andy, hope everyone's well. How are you, buddy? Brandon Wallace, I heard Cancelo deal could be in doubt. I think it is in doubt, if I'm being honest, because of they want money, the total payment in cash, and City is still reluctant to pay that type of money for him, but we'll wait and see. So, moving on. Maguire stats, I'm going to this is because of Rob from Man City Fan TV podcast Raw, and if you haven't seen it, don't forget, go over and check it out. Put it on the channel last night, which fantastic listen. He interviews two younger City fans, 20-year-olds, round about their age, Jay and Matt, and talks all things City and how the youth, City youth, are viewed by older fans and how they view older fans, and things like ticket prices and all sorts of things. It's brilliant listen, absolutely brilliant listen. So well done to Rob and the lads for doing that. Right, I'm just going to read this. I did some research and I put little bits and pieces together and cut bits out, and it was a really. So I'll just read it. So bear with me a second. I was going to do a video on it, but I thought I don't have time. I am going to do another video on this, something very similar, but I'll keep that one up my sleeve, and that'll probably be out maybe tomorrow or Monday. Right. So reading through some of this article, which was, like I said, it's very interesting. I'll just read it. It's very short. So just sit back, listen to these stats. It says, even before Brendan Rodgers, Maguire was well renowned for his ability with the ball at his feet, having completed the joint highest number of dribbles, that's 5, of any centre-back, and the 6th highest number of successful passes, 387, across all positions at the 2018 World Cup. But since the ex-Liverpool boss, Brendan Rodgers, switched Celtic Park for the King Power, bringing his possession-heavy style along with him, Maguire has stepped up his game to another level. Rodgers has had a marked effect on Maguire and potentially prepared him to step straight into Guardiola's all-conquering team. During the first half of the 2018-19 season, Leicester, then under the guidance of Puel, had just 49.33% possession, ranking 8th in the division behind the entire top 6 and Everton. Following Rodgers' appointment on February the 26th, that share was pushed up to 53.97%, moving the Foxes above Manchester United and Everton and into the Premier League's top 6 in terms of possession. So a marked improvement there in possession-based football, which is the City way. With the greater share of the ball comes bigger responsibility on centre-backs to both receive and make passes under pressure as their side plays through the opposition press and into spaces that leaves. Maguire, of course, excels in this sort of system. During Puel's portion of the 2018-19 season, the England international completed just 24.86 passes in his own half per 90 minutes, making 1.54 interceptions per 90 minutes, as the Frenchman's pragmatic style saw Leicester largely playing without the ball, attempting to soak up pressure. During the season running under Brendan Rodgers, Maguire increased the number of passes he made in his own half to 41.77 per 90 minutes. So that's gone from 24.8 to 41.7 passes in his own half. Quite a substantial jump, while even his accuracy in this department improved from 91.2% to 93.59%. Maguire's interception rate dropped to 0.62 per 90 minutes as his role become more about retaining the ball rather than winning it back. Of course, even in the most possession-obsessed sides, it's no good to simply keep moving the ball back and forth between defenders. At some point, you have to progress it forward and through opposition lines, whether that be as a team or by yourself. Once again, Maguire improved under Brendan Rodgers, increasing his dribbles per 90 minutes rate from 0.48 to 0.75 under the Irishman. As we saw and came to love throughout the World Cup and beyond, Slabhead is no more a clogger of a centre-back and is far more graceful in possession than his frame would suggest. These numbers are impressive in their own light, but listen to this. When held up against Manchester City's defensive linchpin and one of the stars of the Premier League last season, Aymeric Laporte, you really get a sense of just how much Rodgers has torn up this copybook at Leicester and just how much it plays into Maguire's hands. During the time following Rodgers' arrival at Leicester, Laporte completed just 0.12 dribbles and completed 38.62 passes in his own half per 90 minutes. As we've seen, Maguire outperformed his French counterpart in both metrics, 0.75 and 41.77 respectively, and while Laporte's overall passing accuracy outstripped Maguire's 92.7% compared to Maguire's 88.43%. During that running, it must be noted that he had the likes of David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne and Ilkay Gundogan constantly looking to receive the ball. Leicester's midfielder James Maddison, Wilfred Ndidi and Youri Tielemans was good, but it wasn't title-winning good. At 26, you can't help feel the time is now for Maguire to make the step up to a team with Champions League winning ambitions. Should the move indeed happen, which we think it will do, is he ready for it? Only time will tell. One thing is for sure, Rodgers has refined Maguire into a ready-made Guardiola centre-back. Let him slip away at your own peril, Manchester United. And that goes on to talk about United refused 100 million quid. So reading that was really interesting. There were tons of other stuff as well. I just selected some of the key bits on it. And it started, like I said, after what Rob said last night on the podcast, I started to think about it and think, well, all right, then, is this just personal preference? Is it just, I'd rather have so-and-so over so-and-so? So I went back and I looked at sort of stats and things, and then I came across this really interesting analysis on just solely on Maguire and the fact that the analysis was comparing him to, let's face it, our best centre-back at the moment in Aymeric Laporte. And you can clearly see there that apart from passing accuracy, he outstrips Laporte in passes, number of passes and things. So I thought it was really interesting. It was the spin on it of basically saying that, here is Rodgers giving him like the template and saying, I'll improve your performance and you'll be perfect to step into Guardiola's system and he'll progress you even further. So Rob says, thanks for the stats, Andy. I thought I was going to get so much flack for my impassioned Maguire speech. Fever slabhead. Yeah, it was interesting. And that's the reason why I did it. I listened to yours last night, like I said, and I was thinking, is he really that good? Because you had like this big thing about, I'm going to say it now, I'm going to start off with this, and I'm going to do this. And I thought, all right, let me go and have a real proper look at it. Because I do like looking at stats and things on player analysis and things like that. So that's why I'm going to do this other video on another player, and I'm going to do that as a proper video for the channel, which should be really good. It'll take quite a bit of work, but it should be good. Afternoon, Roberto Blondie. Hey Rob, great podcast, mate. Good fun with you and the lads. TFL, Nathaniel Jackson. Have you signed Maguire? Not yet. Good afternoon, pal, says Rob. Can we have the link to the article that you do for Maguire's stats, Andy? Yes, what I'll do is it was on... I've closed it down. Bugger. I think it was on Squawker. But I'll try and find the link. But I think if you type in... let me just see. We'll just see if anything comes up. Yeah, it was. It was. And it was only part. I'd literally just read it. It only came out at 2:00 this afternoon, so it must have just come out because I was putting this together into a Word document just so I could pull it apart and things. But yes, it's if you just type in Squawker and Maguire, you'll see the article come up there. So it was really interesting. Here's serious threat set pieces he showed in the World Cup. Yeah, I mean, he's big. If Maguire was called Larry Maguire, people would be falling over themselves to sign him. Slabedio, Slabinio. One of the City Tops is influenced by the Hacienda nightclub, apparently. Somebody else just said that. Yeah, they were the days. Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, I lived in the place. If Maguire wants City, he knows what to ask of Leicester. If he wants some money, he goes to play at the Swamp. Yeah, absolutely. Blue Heart, Rodgers hasn't had enough time to improve Maguire for me, but I don't rate Rodgers. I personally feel City could do better and cheaper than Maguire, so sorry to disagree. Absolutely. I mean, that's what it's about. It's about opinions. Absolutely. Like I said, I thought Maguire was okay and, possibly better. I mean, I think Rob said in the podcast about Garcia, he just can't see a pathway for a Garcia coming into the City team. And I sort of stuck back and listened to that and thought, you might be right. You might be right with that. So we will potentially need another centre-back. And so, like I said, that's what it's all about. It's about opinions. I think he's a great company replacement, says Chris Baker. Interesting, Maguire's stats just show how you can overlook players' input. Yeah, it did. It surprised me. I said if Rob wouldn't have mentioned it on the podcast, I probably would still be of the opinion, if we get him, we get him. I'm not really that fussed. Those stats actually have made me think maybe he's the right person. And then with this other player that I'm going to do the video on, the stats there are seriously impressive. Tony Wilson was a rag, so why was Arteta influenced by the Hacienda? He was a rag, a big rag. Yes, it was fun. Scott Williams, exactly, Rob. Nathan Aki for me, at half the price Aki. Yeah, I've said it in videos in the past. I think he's a great talent. Benignism, I agree with your earlier comment, Andy. I'm more concerned about the wage that Maguire will be getting if we were to believe. Yeah, if the rumour is true. I'd be very surprised, I must admit, and I said that on the video the other day. I said, 280 grand a week. I just can't see it. I really cannot see that, because that would just blow our wage structure to pieces. Rob Gretton is a blue, though, a founder of the Hacienda nightclub. I'm called Rob. Mahrez, what about him? Mahrez win Senegal. Yes, they did. Still waiting for DZ video. He said that Mahrez was non-existent in the game. Wish he had Gretton's talent. Julio Castaneda, is City really waiting for the Puma deal before they make signings? The Puma deal's already done, mate, but it can't be officially released. And you've got to remember that it can't be officially released until the 1st of July on Monday. Mahrez beat Mane. Jason Foy, we should go all out for Mustafi. What? Brandon Wallace, I think the first sign is going to be sometime next week. Could quite possibly be. Pep working with Maguire could prove me totally wrong. Yeah, it could do. Could do. Steve Black, a few times Fernandinho was used centre back, maybe if all fails, and Rodri in its fit. Well, yeah, I can't see it be. I think Fernandinho will only be for cover. I think he'll only be for cover. So I'm going to do a video about that tomorrow. City are so well run, they won't allow wage structure to be blown apart by Maguire. Paper talk. Yeah, I tend to agree. No, Mahrez played good. Well, not according to Dean from DZ Football. He said he was non-existent. Roberto Firmino missed a penalty for Brazil. He did, and Jesus stepped up. Excuse me. So that'll be interesting. See Brazil play Argentina on Tuesday. So we'll have the City contingents playing against each other. Scotty all the way. Right, what else have I got to talk about? Just quickly. I forgot what I was going to talk about. Arteta. Yes, apparently the rumours are that City have basically made a statement to Newcastle to say that an approach for Mikel Arteta would not be welcome under any circumstances whatsoever. And somebody mentioned there about Vieira. Yeah, Vieira is being touted around as a potential option. So good news that City are basically coming out, and it says that Newcastle will not be making any formal approaches to speak to prospective candidates until next month, but a senior source at the Etihad told Chronicle Live they would not be welcome. They would not welcome any move for Arteta whatsoever. So good that City is standing strong on that one. Doesn't mean to say that he wouldn't go, but we'll see. The other bit of news, what was that? Oh, Angulo. This is just some random stuff. This was from South America. This is a Colombian kid. And the rumours were that City reportedly made a bid to sign the Palmeiras striker Ivan Angulo. According to journalist Jorge Nicola from Yahoo, the Premier League champions offered €6 million for the Colombian youngster. Palmeiras had the player on a loan deal from Envigado and have just bought him permanently for $3 million. So that would be a pretty good, quick bit of profit. But basically, the Brazilian side have said that they're going to reject any offer from Man City because they believe he's going to be worth a lot more money in the coming years. So lots of coaches apparently have been watching him from various clubs, and all of them think that he needs to be in the first team squad at Palmeiras, and he has just now, from moving from lower level football, he's now been part of the Palmeiras first team squad for the coming season, and he's been watched lots by lots of different clubs. Now, if you look at transfer market, how much they rate him, €200,000, and there are rumours that City were prepared to offer €6 million for him, but he's signed for $3 million. He's a right winger, 20 years of age, from Colombia. So other than that, don't really know much more about him. Even for his youth level, stats aren't fantastic. 14 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. So maybe his name will pop up in the future at some point, but I can't see anything like that happening, if I'm being honest. Anything else? Only other really was people were talking yesterday about Everton, Suarez, and blah blah blah. The Gremio forward. There was claims in Italy that basically said that City had made a bid for the player. That an approach had been made before the Copa America, allegedly City. But there are now more updates coming from very good Brazilian sources. This time, it's the ESPN's Brazilian journalist Mauro Cesar Pereira, who basically claims that Manchester City have not made any official bid for the player, but have been watching him with scouts from various clubs. Have been watching him for a number of months. And they think that it's time he steps up. He's at the level now that he needs to play sort of some proper teams in proper leagues, etc. But no, they're basically turning around saying that they claim City could have potentially, or they were going to pay around about €30 million before the Copa America. But now there's talks of 40 million. But basically, City have not made any bids whatsoever for the Brazilian Everton Suarez. It just simply isn't true. So there you go. Can't see it happening if I'm being honest. Anyway. Right, Wales, quickly, before I go, got a few minutes left. Beyond Belief says, I'm not fussed who we get in. We're in the best hands in football. All I need to do is enjoy City. Absolutely. Slabedowski. Arteta is the next City manager, you reckon, section? Nigel, I'm excited to see Jesus' games next season. Hope he can give Sergio better competition. I'm sure he will. They've groomed him for the job for years. Who's Angulo? Just mentioned it there, mate. Mark Tube. Man City's bad man. England women's team are doing great. See a lot of City in their play. Pep's influence everyone he is, including the senior men's team. Spoiler alert, City will sign Roger and Maguire, Cancelo and Angelino. Deal's done. I think if it is going to be 3 or 4 players, that'll be the 3 or 4 players. I don't think we'll sign anyone else. Don't get where we're being linked to Everton Suarez. We don't need another winger. No, I totally agree. I think that's why I said the other day, I think it's garbage. Section 20, Rob, Man City Fan TV, Podcast Raw, nice. BB, how much was the buyback option on Angelino? 12 million. 12 million euros. It was. First signing will be the goalie, then Angelino. Julio says, if Neymar goes to Barcelona, will they have a knock-on effect throughout Europe? Quite possibly. Cameron Dempsey, hi Andy, how are you, mate? Blue Heart, I heard the buyback, it's 12 million. I think it was 12 million euro, I think, rather than pounds. Might be wrong. Steve Lecoq, could Philip Sandler save us 60 million? Where's he going to get into the team? Really? I'll be honest, where? I can't see it. With these all, the Douglas Luiz and the Philip Sandlers and even the Angelinos and that, you've got to look at it and go, who is he going to replace? It ain't happening. It just isn't. Might be great, send him on loan or playing him in the odd cup competition. Not good enough. Just simply not good enough to break into this first team. No chance. English Mastiff afternoon chaps, just finished work. Hope you had a good day, mate. Robert Marland, why have the FA introduced a salary cap in women's game, allowing teams like Lyon to cherry pick City's best players, i.e. bronze parrot? Yeah, I was listening to somebody this morning, I think on Talk Sport, I can't remember who it was, and she was talking about this on there. So I think it's it's a problem, and it's something that will be discussed quite a lot, certainly after this World Cup. Julio, Toby Alderweireld, 25 million release clause, just saying, yeah, wrong side of sort of 25, 26, isn't he? That's the problem. If I'll be honest with you, I'd rather just keep Otamendi. Benignism, any news on homegrown quotas? I have a soft spot for any English targets that the club is looking at, hence I'm kind of okay with Maguire. As far as any other English players that we're looking at, no. I mean, we did videos on it, was the rumours of Wan-Bissaka, but I don't think there was anything really serious in that. Do you think Rodri will be announced on Monday? I hope so. I think they're very, very close. I mean, possibly, like I said last night, if it's not already done, or it might be done over the weekend. I think it'll be very close, and it'll be announced whenever they announce it. It's out of our hands. Talk about Mahrez. No, there's nothing to talk about Mahrez. Nothing at all. Like I said, the Christina DZ, Dean from DZ Football is supposed to be doing another video for me on the game the other night. When I talked to him about it, I said, how did Mahrez play? And he went, non-existent. So I said, right, okay, we'll call it as it is, be truthful. So hopefully Dean will do another quick short video on the game the other night. Karen Dempsey, apart from getting knocked off my bike by a car, luckily not seriously, just a few, bloody hell, hope you're all right, buddy. Rumto Blondie, afternoon, English Mastiff, Julio, yeah, talk about Mahrez. No, there's nothing to talk about. What do you want me to talk about Mahrez? I didn't watch the game. That's why I'll get Dean to do the videos. I don't watch the AFCON, so I've no idea. But all I'm just taking on what Dean said, that it was his words, non-existent. Andy, I said in the pod that Gaz here won myself thoughts. Well, this is what I'm saying. I listened to that pod last night about it. I don't know about missing out. I think well, it looks like he's definitely going to be training full time around the first team squad next season. I think he'll definitely be drafted in for cup competitions. Will he progress enough over the next year or two to be a regular first team starter in the first 11? Time will tell. Time will tell. I don't know. I need to see a lot more of him. It's great watching him, and he's done nothing wrong. But it's one thing playing against sort of very, very low level opposition in cup competitions where there's no real pressure because you're cruising, to being in a Premier League fixture. Pressure's different, and everything else. I think a year around the first team squad will do him really, really well, because he's going to be training with the likes of John Stones and maybe Maguire, Laporte, plus all the Fernandinhos and the Mendy's and the Walkers. So he'll learn such a lot just being around the first team squad every single day in training. But I'd like to see a proper full season of him. Not that he'll get a full season, but certainly see a lot more of him without sort of, having an opinion of whether he will progress or not. We'll see. Mahrez, please. There's no news. What would you possibly want me to talk about Mahrez for? There is no news on Mahrez. Gustavo, any news on Maguire? You need to check in early. We've been talking about Maguire. We've done tons of stuff on it. No, nothing concrete yet. Quite surprised the Rags ain't trying to hijack our targets. Well, I'm quite surprised if the rumours are true that Leicester basically said 100 million for Maguire and they turned it down. Now you'd normally think, right, we'll pay it. So bloody hell, mate. Hope you're okay. Yeah, I mean, was it just on the road or what was it? Mahrez. There's no news on Mahrez. Hi. They have lost their pulling power, mate. Yeah. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Andy. Who do you think will succeed Pep at Man City? No idea. No idea. I'd possibly say maybe Arteta. But who knows? Let's hope Pep's here for another 2-3 years. Talk us, Mahrez. What do you want me to talk about, Mahrez? Watch out for a video. I'll message Dean when I finish this video now. Look out for a video. I'll get Dean to do a video. I think next season is the most important season in Mendy's career, but I don't think it'll be good. Well, we'll wait and see. But it's definitely going to be City defining his career at City. If he gets injured again, that'll be the end of him. Get Maguire in as the new Frank side bottom. Good for United to get Wan-Bissaka. Seems like a good play for them. Their defence needs help. I think defensively he's a good player. I think going forward he's not great. I think he would have improved under Pep, but when are the guys back in training? I said it yesterday, Stevie. I think Pep. The rumours are Pep's given him another week off. I think they were going to be due back Monday, but basically Pep's give them the week off. I'm sure there'll be some that will be possibly coming back, fringe players, and going in for maybe some light bit of treatment and things. But I think the proper training will start a week on Monday. So they've all been given an extended holiday because they need it. They absolutely need it. I think saw pictures today of Kyle Walker out in Formentera, an island just off Ibiza, out there. So yeah, just leave them there because they'll come back. Apparently, They'll come back, have 3-4 days training at the campus, and then they'll fly out for the Asia Cup. But I think the ones who'll be the big senior players possibly won't go to the Asia Cup. They'll probably stay and have another week or two holiday, and maybe fly over for one game or something like that. Slockier, go to Man City Fan TV videos. There's a video there by Dean if you want to hear about Mahrez. Yes, there is. Go on there. Bellis looks a better prospect than Garcia. If you listen to Rob's podcast, mate, he talks about Garcia and how he could not fit into this team. Yeah, he does. He talks about it on the podcast. It's hot. I've turned my heating down. Trust you. What else have we got here? Just read an article that Griezmann has pretty much, looks like it's going to be a bit of thunderstorm activity here. It's gone very dark. That's what it's needed. Just read an article that Griezmann has pretty much agreed 5-year deal at Barca, 325 quid. That's so cheap compared to what De Ligt was asking. Yeah, well, it is. They can afford it. Do I listen to Oasis? Yes, I do. Beninism. I'll be watching Liam Gallagher later. Brotismo, Arteta to Newcastle. No, I've just mentioned it just before on the on this video. Said City have basically said that they will not accept any approach for Mikel Arteta. Julio, my ticket for the Japan next Friday. Oh, is it arrived? Good. Enjoy the game, mate. Let us know how it is. Send me an email. MCFC. I'll put it up here. Send me an email, some photographs and things like that. That'd be great if you can. Arteta is staying. Stone Roses over Oasis. Yeah, not too sure. Blue Heart, I think Garcia is up there with Phil Foden for his position. Another season with the first team will be biting the heels of. Well, he needs this season. Yeah, I think it'll bring him on another step. He's still only a baby. I like Stone Roses as well as Oasis. Manny, I know Beninism, but it's still Manc music regardless of their rackiness. What's the name of Rob's podcast? Would love to listen to it as well. A link would be great. It's on the channel. Regang, it's on the channel. So you'll see it. It says Man City Fan TV Podcast Raw. And it says episode 2. So if you just go on the channel after this, you'll be able to just play it. It's there. Great news, enjoy. Andy's favourite is Lisa Stansfield while he researches on things. Oh, Mahrez. Bit of Bronski beat, something like that. It would be more interesting to talk about Mahrez's babysitter. Brilliant. Yeah. Has he paid her yet? I think he owes her about 20 grand or something like that, doesn't he? Got the podcast, Andy. Thanks. You're welcome. Enjoy it. Mahrez fanboys were quite late today. Great. Well, I'm going now. So listen, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, if you haven't listened to it, go over and listen to Rob's podcast, episode 2 of Podcast Raw on Man City Fan TV. It's a really, really good listen. Some really interesting points there, which certainly got me thinking, hence why I was talking about Maguire's stats and things like that. So, Andy, the issue with the podcast search is that we're not finding with our mobile phone podcast app. It's on YouTube. Yeah, it's not on a podcast yet. It will be put up there shortly. I've been too busy to be doing that side of it. It is something that is definitely going to happen in the coming days. It'll either be on iTunes or it'll be on Soundcast or something like that, and you'll be able to find it. But at the moment, it's just on the YouTube video on this channel, and it will go out on a podcast, I promise you. I've just been too busy to be doing that side of it. You can't go without talk about. I'm not even mentioning it. Top Mahrez is the best. Mahrez, hey, this Mahrez guy's this geezer's absolutely fantastic. Just the greatest player I think I've ever seen in my lifetime. It was up now. David Silva was going to be my favourite player, but since Mahrez has been at City, I think I actually might buy a shirt and have Mahrez on the back of it for next season. Probably the Licorice All Sorts one with Mahrez on the back. So. Have a great weekend, all. See you characters next time around. See you, Rubtail Blondie section. Good stream. See you later, Andy. All Sky Blues. Thank you, mate. Mahrez, take care, Andy. Have a good weekend. Yeah, you too, Ocean Range. Don't forget, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to put out episode 3 of Who Are You? With another big City fan. Hope you enjoyed the one that was out on the channel that I put out yesterday. Had a really good chat. Have a great one, Roberto Blondie. Not rushing you home, just want the viewers and myself to know where to find it. Have a good one, Ocean. Thank you, Andy. You're welcome. See you, Andy. See you, Dank City. You too, Rob. Congrats on the podcast. It really is mighty. Thank you, Roberto Blondie. Bye, chat. See you later, Andy. Cheers. Enjoy the gala concert, mate. Thank you, buddy. Nice one, Andy. Take care, mate. And looking forward to the Mahrez special next time. Bugger off. Don't encourage him, please. Julio, bye, Andy. Blue Heart, thanks, Andy. At least the weather is a good excuse for a pint or two. Absolutely, yeah. A nice cold one. Anyway, guys, thank you. You're all superstars. I love interacting with you. I miss it if I don't do one, which I can't remember when I didn't do one. But anyway, don't forget, if you want to give it a thumbs up, that'd be appreciated. Looking on here, I've got 39 thumbs down. So I wonder who they are. Anyway, it's not all about thumbs up, thumbs down, but yeah, that is quite funny. But Mahrez lot, promise you, give it a thumbs up because I'll put some Mahrez stuff out for you. I'll contact Dean now, but yeah, 37 likes, 39 unlikes. So take care. See you, Ryan. Brilliant. Anyway, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to Man City Fan TV. Don't forget, press the bell icon. That way you'll be notified. The podcast is on the YouTube channel. It's not on Soundcast and iTunes yet, but it will be. Mahrez podcast coming next week. I'm not sure about that one. They'll be after you, mate, and I'm not sure it's a good thing to do, but it should be fun if you did. Anyway, take care. Have a brilliant weekend. Parts of the UK reached 34 degrees today, hottest in 40 years. Wow. Oh no, you have unleashed the hut. I know. Careful, Rob. They're swarming, mate. Yeah, don't I know it. But anyway, take care. Have a brilliant evening, and I'll be back tomorrow with more videos and more live chat. So take care, enjoy, and see you soon.